What's up, guys? Mr. Free Coiner coming back to you again. I'm wanting to go over a couple things here, just some things that really kind of honestly piss me off about these different comments and things like that that people are throwing out there. Now, before I go too far, I do want to say, of course, I'm not a financial analyst. I'm simply sharing my opinion. I'm a YouTuber. So this is what I do. And I'm going to tell you how I feel about these things. But in none of this do I suggest that you follow any of the things that I say. Make sure you do your own research and make your decisions based on that. Now, yes, there's some negative things happening right now. Of course, the market is pulling back. XRP is pulling back. Okay. That just tells us that the price spike that we saw, the little bit of, and believe me, we're only talking about a few cents. So don't get caught up in all this engineered panic that's being put out in the in this space. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. And then you're going to see all these stupid people putting up all this crap. It does not make any sense. And all of you that come here who want to leave some type of crazy comment, you know what? That's fine. Don't let it get too crazy, because I will remove it. If you're gonna leave a negative comment, do it in good taste. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But guys, if you're holding XRP, make sure that you don't get caught up in all of this crap. It makes no sense. We know what XRP is about to be used for. We know what Ripple is doing. We know what partnerships they've released, and there are many more we have no clue about. Look, this thing is going to happen. With or without us, it will happen. There are just a few of us who have the foresight to get in this thing before it really blows up. The decision's already been made. Okay? Whatever happens with the other coins, to me, is not so much a big deal as it is with XRP. Now, of course, I do hold other coins, and I want them to do well also. But when you look at the things that are going on, the things that are happening, XRP is far out in front. Okay? And I personally believe the next one in line is Tron. Just according to what I'm seeing is, and a company that's actually backing the success of that coin, those two are out front. Now, of course, negative article. And this is, hey, and that's fine. What can we say about it? Yes, crypto doom and gloom. Banking CEO says there's no interest from institutions. Again, for someone who is the head of a company to say something like this, he is either very, very much ill-informed, or he is very stupid. The writing is on the wall. But I do have to enter one last option, and that is he's saying this to cause some type of manipulation, because there are going to be tons of people that look at this person and say, you know what? He's the CEO of a company. He has to have some information. No, that's not the case. And I doubt very seriously he's a very stupid person, because he did make it to be a CEO. What I would venture to believe is that this man is trying to cause some type of manipulation, which would be in favor of institutions buying at low prices. So that's what I would venture to say. Okay, moving on. XRP price and technical analysis. XRP again under bearish pressure. Yes, it is. And guys, I mean, this is a mere bump in the price of XRP. Believe me, this will seem like absolutely nothing at all. When you're speaking in the terms of tens of dollars, hundreds of dollars, a 10%, or rather not 10%, but what is that? A 10-cent spike? That's nothing. Nothing. What are you going to do with 10 cents? I mean, even if you had 100,000 coins, 10 cents not going to do a whole lot for you. Yeah, it'll get you some profit, but are you going to be jumping in? You're going to be selling what you have every other week? It makes no sense. If you want to day trade, crypto, that's a totally different thing. There are people who can do that, who want to do that. That's what they do. They don't want to hodl or whatever. What we're basically doing, what we're holding on for, they don't want to do that. They want to take their profits as time goes on. Most of us, we don't do that. You really have to have time to watch the market minute by minute, honestly, because otherwise you'll miss it. Okay? So myself, I don't go in for it. Not my type of thing. I don't knock anyone else who does it, just not for me. Okay. So yeah, we are seeing some bullish action here. It's pulled back a bit, and that's fine. It's going to happen. I personally did expect it to happen. We haven't seen any of the really good news that is coming out, and not that I'm depending on good news. It is the utility of XRP that will cause the price to spike. We still have not, you guys realize that the over-the-counter purchases that have been happening continuously have still not been published. That information has not been released yet. That's what's going to make this price, the price of XRP, increase. There are institutions who have already, Brad Garlinghouse said it himself. Okay? Institutions have already been buying, and they're buying right now. If last quarter was the biggest quarter for institutional buying, just think about what's happening right now. We won't find out until next year. Okay? And believe me, as much, if not more than anyone, I want this price to utterly explode. But if getting to the price I want means I have to wait until next year, until January, February, I'm fine. Even it doesn't matter. I know that with what Ripple is doing and what they have done, it's going to go where we want it to go. We just have to be patient. I personally don't believe this is something that is happening just, organically or out of the blue. Guys, this has all been planned out. All the stuff that we're looking at and clamoring for, all the information that we're trying to grab on, look, they already know what's going to happen. How is it that Ripple Riddler, Bearable Guy, all these different people that are, giving all this accurate information that we're saying, how in the world could they know this? How is it that they know these things? Are they looking into the future using some type of looking glass? No. It's because this has already been planned out. The US dollar already has a future that's been planned out. The stock market. Why do you think they allowed the stock market to increase the way it did, to go on a 10-year bull run that as this long has never happened before? And the same thing that caused the crash in 1929 is happening and has been happening in these last 10 years. Believe me, these things are governed and controlled by very rich and very powerful people. So just look at the writing that's on the wall. It is happening. and ignore these idiots out here who are putting up utter nonsense. Just ignore. That's what I'm doing. I would suggest you do that. But again, that's totally up to you. Your investments are your responsibility. Okay. Now, one more thing. Ripple XRP leads altcoin retreat as early week rally fizzles. Yes, again, it has pulled back. It's pulling back. I mean, what more can be said about that? We see it. What's going to happen in the next few weeks? Who knows? Our hope is, of course, that the price is going to go up. But if it doesn't, in that time frame, we still need to hold. Don't get impatient. Impatience gets you wrecked. Okay? You end up selling everything. I mean, so many people have done this. It's just not even funny. And then what happens? The price starts to go up. They start to FOMO back in. Oh, what did I do? You know, don't do that to yourselves. We've all been there. I've done it myself. But that comes through ignorance. Or when you have an idea that Bitcoin is just the end all be all. And it isn't. It's old technology in this, in the realm of cryptocurrency. It's only 10 years old, but it's old technology. It's slow. It won't scale. I mean, you could go on and on. Will it still be around? Who knows? I mean, maybe not. I really don't care. I don't have any desire to really hold Bitcoin. I mean, nothing against anyone who does. That's just my view. So I just just want to make sure everyone understands that this is going to be normal until we really see a big change in price. This could happen again. This could happen next week. Who knows? But believe me when I say it will not be the case forever. It will not be the case for another year. It can't be. It cannot remain at 50 cents or below or whatever. It cannot remain here because of the use case, because of how XRP is going to be used. It cannot stay at this price. So just grab that, hold on to it, put it in a secret place, and water it every day. Just remember that right there. It will not stay at this price. It cannot stay at this price. Just have faith and think positively, and it will help you hold on to your investment if that is what you want to do. Okay. Now, one bit of good news in all of this, which is in itself simply manipulation, because China has never banned anything. Okay, let's get that straight right off the bat. But this article says China lifts Bitcoin ban. Individuals and businesses can now own cryptocurrencies legally. It was just a bunch of BS. Time and time again, the digital asset investor has gone over this. He made a very good point about the fact that, and he's been in this space for a long time. I just got in at the early part of 2017. I think he's been in since 2013, and he's seen this happen many, many times. So just understand that most of the stuff that you see is all manipulation. And, a lot of the people that are throwing this FUD around are doing so because they've been told to do so, because they know the general public are so fickle that they will simply sell everything they own based on what one person says. And this is just due to ignorance. Okay. I personally was in a situation where I was just totally ignorant of the market. And, the decisions I made were based on people that I thought had some type of credibility, but come to find out they don't. And they're just simply trying to manipulate the market, manipulate you and me, and get us to sell or react in a specific way. And they know these things will happen. They have, if you do studies, if you research the fact that the United States itself has done many psychological researches on how people react based on the things that come out in the media. Okay? they already know that a certain percentage of people will react a certain way based on what's said in the media. So that in itself should really open your eyes. So anyway, guys, thank you again for joining me. I'm definitely very much appreciative of your comments, your likes, the subscriptions, everything, the views. I really appreciate it. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Make sure you like this video and also hit that post notification button. And guys, take care of yourselves and God bless.